a little bit along the way, and they ended up in a very bad light. I believe at that meeting, had we told Mr. Angelo, there's just no way we can change it, all we have is $1 a month or $1 a year, he probably would have taken it and still let the kids use the field. I know at some point in there, I made the comment that I believe it was only fair if we could find an equitable way to bring this about, that certainly the city should be able to cover the monies that they have out of pocket of not being able to use that property for something else and have it available for the kids. So while the agenda bill is written in a particular way, I don't for a second get the idea that the Angelos would dispute it and hold it out there if we just came back and said for $1. I am, as well as Councilman Shoemaker, I'm unbelievably impressed between Public Works and the soccer folks that they brought it back and actually have something that will work for everyone and results in basically about a 5,000, 30%, 33% reduction in what we were anticipating for the budget for this year as it was. So, Paul?
I would like to propose an amendment that we authorize the mayor, in fact, encourage the mayor to create a letter or a proclamation of particular thanks to the Angelos.
I can certainly do that. I can tell you that I made sure and made some of those same sentiments to Bob himself and called Ann and made sure and made those to her personally as well.
I'd just like to see it memorialized in.
Is an amendment like that appropriate for the?
I'm just going to make sure that it happens, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be done.
Nope.
All right.
The mayor is going to take care of that.
Any other discussion? Got a motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mrs. Cephalo, Agenda Bill 52-10, modified whistleblower policy.
Thank you, Mayor Council. The whistleblower policy modifies our existing policy, Chapter 29, the personnel policy. This modified version is similar to the sample as provided by insurance authorities or WCIA. This policy covers more extensively the areas of prohibited conduct during and after city employment, procedures for reporting improper governmental actions, complaints, investigations, review, and enforcement, as well protection against retaliatory actions, and an extensive list of agencies that are responsible for enforcing the law at all levels of government. The recommended action is to read the resolution by title only, pass and post in the usual manner.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we read the resolution by title only.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second to read the resolution by title only. Any discussion? Jennifer?
I have a question about, the pages are not numbered, so I'm just gonna go through the ordinance. 29.04, prohibited conduct of city employee, bullet point number 3. I was just wondering if someone can explain it to me, please?
I confess, Jennifer, I'm not an expert on whistleblower policy, so I don't know if council.
What was the,
29 dash,
It's
or .04.
29.04, prohibited conduct of city employee, bullet point number 3.
I think an attorney wrote this.
Uh-huh.
wasn't this attorney? Yeah, you're right. That is kind of confusing. Just any person in any city transaction.
I read this to say that you shouldn't do this except in the course of official duties. Is that the intent?
Almost It almost reads like a prohibited transaction somewhere along the way. To assist any person in a city transaction where the employee's assistance is or to a reasonable person would appear to be enhanced by that employee's position with the city. But I still don't know what it says.
The way I would read that is that it's improper for the police chief to come to community development to try to advance a building permit for one of his friends. On the other hand, it is proper for him to come to the planning department to try to advance his own project.
I think Paul's right. I think it's the help a buddy deal. If you know somebody in the city and you're a city employee and you're gonna try and assist them in getting a benefit
I
that the
think
ordinary citizen wouldn't have.
I think the intent is to do away with the concept of it's not what you know, but who you know.
Yeah, I think that's the gist of it.
Word transaction in there gets us
Okay.
spun up.
I have another comment.
Fire away.
Thank you. Let's see, 29.09 responsibilities. I would like to make a motion to add, after number 3, provided to all newly hired employees and newly elected officials. As an elected official, I never did receive a copy of the employee policies and had to discover those on my own. And I think it would be appropriate and very helpful for all newly elected officials to receive copies of the employee policy.
I
Second,
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a motion and a second for an amendment to add in on section 29.09 responsibilities, item number 3, to add the wording "and elected officials."
and newly elected officials.
No, elected officials, period.
Either way, that's fine.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's inserted. Other comments from council? Hearing none, I've got a motion and a second to read the resolution by title only. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
A resolution adopting amendments to the local government employee whistleblower policy and authorizing its inclusion in the City of Washougal Personnel Policy Manual.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to pass and post in the usual manner.
Second?
I've got a motion and a second to pass and post the resolution in the usual manner. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mrs. Cefalo, Agenda Bill 53-10, Modified Communication Device Policy Resolution.
Mayor, Council, our current communication device policy, chapter 2 of our personnel policies, do not specify the rate at which employees will reimburse the city for any personal calls. While personal calls are minimal, staff will be required to reimburse the city for those calls at a rate of 20 cents a minute. The recommended actions are to read the resolution by title only and to pass